wanted to have the discussion
I think
sooner
we
rather
have
than
those
later.
facts. Jim, you ready?
Yeah,
I'd make a motion that we do not open up our schools to school choice for the academic year 12.
I'll second that.
Okay. With that motion being made and seconded, we will take a vote to not enroll and to not participate in school choice for FY12. All those in favor?
Aye.
And that is unanimous. The ayes have it. I vote in favor as well.
Couple of last items. This year, and I guess we learn as we go along, Mr. Sullivan and I went to one of the conferences. Mr. Sullivan wanted to go to one of the extra days, and they sent us a bill, and I couldn't figure out why the extra bill. It should have been approved ahead of time, so I'm trying to get the invoices paid. So I'm looking for approval for a line item transfer and the approval of the expenditures for the 2 invoices. And I believe you sent me that you wanted to go to another one on the legislative.
There's no, they pay for that. There's no cost
There's no
associated.
cost?
Yeah, there's no.
Okay.
And there's still questions, but I think we should approve the transfer. They may rescind it because I actually just picked up the packet the day early, and they said, well, that's the same as registering, so.
That's what.
I don't, that's where the confusion comes in.
If you can get them to give us the money back, I'd be more than happy.
But that's still an option.
They're chasing me for the money.
So with the 2 totals of 140-something and 10.
101.
The transfer we only need is 101. Because we had a
We already
little
paid
extra
for the
money
last
in
one.
there, so we, yeah.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll abstain, just being involved with those invoices.
Today is, okay, moving right along.
Approval of Section C of the policy manual, policy CA to CJE, which is attached.
To the chair.
It was broken up because there was a couple of sections that had exceptions on them for the Policy Review Committee. So we're presenting policy CA to CGA.
Yours will come soon.
And there may be questions or comments.
Through the chair. I have a few actually that I've come across. First being CB, last line of the first stricken part is the committee reserves to itself the ultimate decision on all policy matters. I find if we do strike that, I think we're giving up a lot of that as one of our responsibilities as a school committee to be the ultimate say in policies. That's why we're going through the book. And I don't know whether we can do that now, whether we have to send it back to committee. Second one being CC.
Can we do one at a time?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can we do one at a time?
Yes. So far we're at
It's CB.
CB.
CB. We'll do the exceptions one at a time.
So can I answer that? Part of the issue in reviewing the policies is making sure that the policies are precise in what they're looking at. This one is about the school superintendent, not about the school committee. If you remember, we did the school committee ones. So taking it out of here doesn't take it out of your purview. In fact, there's another policy that speaks to it. So one of the things we wanted to do as we went through the policies is clean up the ones that are repetitive or that things appear in 2 places. So if you recall in Section A, I believe, it's all about school committee and the school committee powers. And we were very clear that that is definitely your area. I mean, I'll make suggestions, but that's about it.
I'm just not part of the policy committee, so that's fine. That can stay.
You're
I have no
invited.
problem with that.
You can attend.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
This is
Can I
why
bring
we
the
bring
four-year-old?
them back, so you guys can take a
Sure.
look at it and have a substantive
Want
discussion
me to
on
go through all my
these.
exceptions, or?
No, well, with that, does that satisfy?
Oh, that absolutely satisfies me. Second one's very easy. In CC, there's just a spelling. I think you mean in settings appropriate. It's the second line right in the middle, SETT.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what word, setting?
Oh, setting, yes.
Setting?
In setting an appropriate curriculum.
The senior management team, we can take that up and just bring it up again in the policy meeting, I guess, on the structure there of who's in senior management and why that would be. That's no big deal. And the last one,
We can discuss it first.
I think those are my two areas. Other than, now, I guess I know your answer on why the school principals is totally stricken, because it's probably somewhere else, or it's more of a procedure than a policy.
Which one are you talking about? The training-
CFA, the whole policy's pretty much gone.
Hold on.
There's 5 pages of stricken.
Yeah, if you take a look at some of the ones, even some of the ones that come before and some of the ones that will come after, a lot of this is already in the principal job descriptions that you get to approve anyway. So it's not a matter, it's like somebody took stuff that's already somewhere else and just plopped it in here. The other thing is, if you look in the law, a lot of these things are there already, what the responsibilities. And if it's not in there, it's in the, see, like you have the job description, that should not be part of the policy. That is already part of the personnel policies that say you have to approve all the job descriptions and they'll be kept in the superintendent's office. So I'm just saying, you shouldn't clutter policy.
Okay.
Policy is more direction. And this is just providing information to whoever picks this up.
Okay. Now, through the chair, for the last comment, on CBJB, we pretty
Go
much
back, wait.
stricken that whole thing also. And just need an explanation on why, I know you have, I'm going to say the word "you" because you're the current superintendent, and why we're getting rid of the 90-day notice. I know you have a contract and it's written in there, but if the next superintendent, however long it may be, doesn't have it in their contract, do we want to take this out?
Well, if you were to leave it, then you would have to reword this, and we could talk to the lawyer, to put in an exemption for a different wording in a contract, because you can't have the contract and the policy different.
Okay.
At this point, retirement and resignations or evaluations of the superintendent, usually they go into the contract. So the problem would be this: if you were to leave this, then one of the two is out of kilter.
Okay.
The contract is a legal document that would supersede the policy in the sense that was a contract made between the school committee and myself.
Mhm.
So somehow the policy would have to change to match the contract.
Every time there's a new superintendent.
Or, here's the other thing it could do. Say I was no longer here and you wanted to hire somebody, you would be, by policy, forced to put that into their contract. And you're taking away the ability of the superintendent and the school committee to negotiate a contract, or part of the contract.
Okay, I just need an explanation on it. I'm fine with that.
I actually like the recommendation of